What's up everyone? In this one I am super stoked to be showing you the results of the Blackout Elite Perennial Ryegrass. Now I overseeded my front lawn here just 2 weeks ago and it is looking lush, thick, dense, and freaking green. This thing is money. Now again, we're only 2 weeks out. I have not applied any fertilizers to the lawn whatsoever. But anyway, we're gonna get into the process of how we got here. Just go ahead and kind of discuss some things. So let's get into it. So like I said, we started this process 2 weeks ago, and basically what we used was some Blackout Elite Perennial Ryegrass mix. Now this has 2 of the top 3 darkest green grass seeds available on the market, mixed at about a 50-50 ratio to produce a beautiful lush green lawn as we see here. And this isn't even going to be the best of it yet. So the steps we took in overseeding this lawn was, first thing I did was mow it down super short. I mowed it down to 1 inch and then I dethatched. I did a comparison of actually the Sunjoe and this new NZK dethatcher and did a little side-by-side comparison. I'll drop that video down in the description so you can check out the differences between those 2 dethatchers. The Sunjoe is easily the most popular electric dethatcher and scarifier on the market. So I wanted to really kind of test something and do a little comparison video of a different dethatcher that maybe you haven't heard of. It's one I never heard of before. I have a separate YouTube channel where I did a couple review videos for some tools for this NZK company. They had a dethatcher, they wanted me to test it out, so I figured why not test it and compare it to the best. But those results are pretty impressive, so be sure to check out that video. So I dethatched the entire lawn, raked up the debris, mowed it down again to 0.75 inches. Then I threw on the scarifier attachment and just tore the crap out of this lawn. Then I mowed it down again to 0.5 inches, tore it up again, mowed it down, tore it up again. And we were left with a super thin, pretty bare lawn. 2 weeks later, look at that. Just look at that freaking color, baby. Oh my golly. Then I went ahead and spread the seed out using my broadcast spreader, and then some of the more bare areas I just kind of hand spreaded to make sure I was getting good coverage there.
One other thing that I like to do whenever I overseed is just take a rake, lightly rake in the seed. Basically all this does is just ensures that if there's any seed sitting on top of any grass blades, it's going to push that seed down into the soil, allowing for better seed to soil contact, which is one of the most important things with an overseed. Now, arguably the other most important thing with an overseed project is making sure your sprinklers are dialed in and your irrigation timer is ready to roll. For me, I use the Imalaza Smart Sprinkler Controller. This thing makes it super convenient and easy to control my irrigation. I can easily set up a new grass schedule. Basically what this does is allows me to water up to about 20 times per day. Obviously, I'm not going to need 20 times per day, but what I can do is go ahead and set up 4 schedules. Having this new grass schedule option is super easy and convenient whenever I do an overseed project.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna give this lawn its first mow today. We're gonna add some fertilizer to it. We're gonna adjust the irrigation schedule and get this lawn on its path to being super established, super thick, and freaking green, baby. So this is what the lawn looked like before the overseed. It definitely wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all. It was thick, it was green. This is what we're looking like after just 2 weeks. Again, no fertilizer has been applied to this and it is looking amazing, minus the leaves. But I wanted to go for a darker green color. That's why I went with the Blackout Elite Perennial Ryegrass mix, again, because it has the 2 of the top darkest green lawn seeds on the market. Before we get into anything else, I'm gonna go ahead, mow this down, and we'll be right back. So for the first mow, I'm gonna want to go ahead, I wanna get a nice super clean cut on this. I don't know how well you can tell, but those blades, whew, those blades are dull. They're in rough shape. So let's pop over into the garage here, go to my grinder, and we'll sharpen these up. Golly, that is unreal. All right, so some people are gonna wonder why I picked perennial ryegrass. Now I went with the Blackout perennial ryegrass again because it is the darkest blend of grass seed on the market. With the Hat Trick and Fireball, again, 2 of the top 3 perennial ryegrass seeds as far as darkness goes. Perennial ryegrass in general is also very tolerant to shade, sun. Now this is a full sun area here, but the PRG is also very traffic tolerant, which we're always out here playing on the lawn. I'm not one of those get off my lawn kind of guys. Only for the past couple weeks while we were letting the seed germinate, I was that guy. But other than that, in general, we play on the lawn a ton. Plus, the perennial ryegrass, it germinates so fast. We got germination in 5 days. Now I also got germination in 5 days. I have a project lawn that I'm currently working on. And that thing, the lawn is completely established. It was super thin. There was a lot of areas that were complete bare dirt, and it's a mostly shaded property. And the perennial ryegrass there just took off. It is money. It's super thick, lush, dark green. I did that one about a month ago, but that lawn is looking awesome. And there was some spots where it's full shade. I think it gets maybe a couple small patches of sunlight through the trees throughout the day, but that thing established almost better than areas where it gets more sun. So kind of crazy. I'm interested to see over time how that area is going to do. But that lawn is looking amazing, guys. It's super sick. I'm super hyped on this Blackout Elite Perennial Ryegrass. We've gotten the fastest germination, the darkest color I've ever had. We're still not there. I'm stoked to see exactly how dark I can get this. 2 weeks out, looking freaking fire. Now keep in mind, I don't think I fertilized my lawn since the end of July because I knew this was coming. I knew I was going to be doing some overseeding. See how well this Blackout Elite Perennial Ryegrass, how dark it would get without anything. So we're gonna fertilize it, give it some nitrogen, give it some iron, give some soil amendments as well, and see just how dark we can get this thing. I'm gonna be using my PetraTools HD 4000 backpack sprayer, super high quality backpack sprayer. I absolutely loved it. I've been using it for about a year now. This thing is awesome. As long as you take care of it, it's going to treat you well. So I'm also gonna be using some Petra Max fertilizers. First one I'm going to be using is the 1621-2. This is going to give me, just for this, about 2,500 square foot area. This is going to give me about 5 pounds. This is going to give me about 0.5 pounds, so half a pound of nitrogen per 1,000, and I'm just going to use the whole bottle on this. Now I'll be sure to link everything that I'm using in this video down in the description below. It's going to give me about half a pound of nitrogen per 1,000. I'm also going to use a full bottle of the Turf Boost Guaranteed. Now this is a 001. This has a lot of humic acid. Humic acid is probably my favorite thing to apply to the lawn. I guess the soil actually. Great soil amendment, helps break up heavy clay soils, which I have here in Utah. It's also got some fulvic and sea kelp as well in there. Now I've been using pretty much the Petra Max fertilizers on my lawn pretty much this entire season exclusively. And this stuff has made my lawn look the best it ever has, for sure. And then I'm also going to add some Dethatch Guaranteed, basically a thatch digester and a microbe boost. There's a lot of beneficial microbes in here. This recommends 6 ounces per 1,250 square feet. So I'm going to use 12 ounces. It's about a 2,500 square foot area. I gotta go get some iron. Here's my iron. Now we're gonna go ahead, water the lawn, let that fertilizer just soak into the soil, and we'll come back in a couple weeks and give you an update on how this thing is looking. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you don't want to miss the updates. Plus I've also got some awesome lawn and garden content coming, and I'm super stoked about it. So be sure to follow along, subscribe to the channel. Again, we'll link everything that we used in this video down in the description. So thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one.